Hey everybody, it is Habs Absolutely Hockey here. Welcome back to another video channel. I know I haven't made a video in so long. I apologize. I want to make more videos often on the channel. I've been so busy this season of hockey of the whole 2023-24 season. I've been busy for the entire season pretty much, and I apologize about that. I just hope that I can post more on the channel this off season and go into next season. I want to post more. I want to do more shit videos. And today we're going to be doing the 2024 mock draft. This is the final one because, anyways, and the only one I'm doing because tomorrow is the draft, the 2024 NHL draft. I'm probably going to be live for it. I hope to be live for it. And I'm going to be mocking the first round of the draft only. And so, let's get started to this video. So, first of all, we already know it's obvious. The Sharks and Sharks are going to be drafting Macklin Celebrity first of all because Macklin Celebrity has played amazing this year in the NCAA with the Boston College or Boston University, one of the teams. He was playing with guys like Lane Hudson. He was playing with guys like Luke Tuck. He was playing with all these good players around him, he was playing with all these amazing players around him. He had great teammates. Macklin Celebrity showed that he is a first overall caliber player, and it is a lock for sure. I feel like the Sharks and Sharks are not going to pass up on him, and they're going to 100% pick Macklin Celebrity because he had a very good year in the NCAA. He's just one of those guys that had a very good season. Played fabulous, played awesome, and I feel like that they're going. And I heard, and there's no way that they're going to pass on him. Easy pick, easy lock, and that's all I'm going to say. Next one is Chicago, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I think they're gonna draft Artyom Levshunov because Artyom Levshunov. I feel like they're gonna draft a defenseman here because they really need defensemen. Because their defenseman depth is not good. They don't truly have a top two center of the future. They don't have the top two center of the future, future on their team, and I feel like they're gonna want to go for a defenseman that they could rely on in the future, and I feel like Artyom Levshunov has potential to be a top two center, a top two defenseman in the team, and be a first pairing guy. They don't have that. Other than Kevin Koshitsky could be, but other than that, they don't have a guy that's going to be like that. And I feel like, and I heard sources, I've seen scouts say that Chicago is looking at Artyom Levshunov. They would be shocked. And it is like a Chicago insider that said they would be shocked if they don't pick Levshunov. And I'm pretty confident that they're going to pick Levshunov. And I heard rumors that they want Deminoff. And I also heard crazy rumors saying Caden Lindstrom. But Caden Lindstrom, since the back surgery, I did not hear it much. Since the back issues, I didn't see it much. So I'm going to say I feel like they're going to pick that or Deminoff. But I feel like they're going to go for Levshunov with this pick. Next pick. The Anaheim Ducks. I heard rumors that they want Shiliev. And I also heard rumors they want Zave Boyum. I could see a world that they pick Shane William here because of Anaheim. He's from Anaheim. I could see a world where they pick this guy. I could really see a world for that. But I feel like they're gonna go for the 6'7", 6'6" guy. I think they're gonna go for Anton Shiryev. They're gonna go for a defenseman this draft because I feel like they need a defenseman more into their prospect pool. Anton Shiryev I feel like has top 4 defenseman potential in my personal opinion because Artyom Shiryev is a guy that I feel like is going to thrive in many levels. He's a very good defensive guy. He can play defensively really well. He's shown at Torpedo that he had a very good year, and I feel like he's going to be a very good impact in Anaheim's future. He's a tall guy. He can play physical. He can play great in many levels. That's why I have Artyom Shiryev number 3. Number 4. The Chicago Blackhawks, not the Chicago Blackhawks, Columbus Blue Jackets. They could go many ways here, in my personal opinion. Because I feel like they could go between, a Demidov, a Lindstrom, or even a Zane Parekh, or Sam Nicholson. I could see them going between those 4 players. I can also see them going for Boyum here. But I feel like that if you're Columbus, what do you need the most? You have forwards. I feel like they're gonna go for a forward here. I really feel like they're gonna go for a forward here. But I can also see them go for a role that they really go for a defenseman. I say they're gonna go for a forward. So If I'm dumb, would you want to go for a big guy? Definitely. But if you want to go for a forward, yes, I can see them going for a Davidoff or a Lindstrom here because they fill their needs with like many ways. If you're looking for a goal scorer, go for Davidoff. If you're going for a guy that's a guy that's gonna play physical, play well, go for a power forward. But I heard rumors that they are gonna go. I think they're gonna go for Lindstrom here. I think they're gonna go for Caden Lindstrom here because Caden Lindstrom is this type of player. He's gonna play for the team. He had a very good year if you look for. Here he went and played this. He's 210 pounds, center. I think they're gonna want to go for that. So I say they're gonna drop Davidoff. Not here. They're gonna drop Lindstrom here. That leaves Davidoff at Montreal's spot, and I feel like that Lindstrom is gonna be their pick because I feel like Lindstrom has that potential to be a really good bot. Even if he has back surgery, if back surgery goes great, Lindstrom is going to be an impactful player. I feel like he's going to be top 6 potential definitely, and he can play Wade. I feel like this guy has that potential and that upside on top of him. And he showed really good at Medicine Hat Tigers even though he was injured. So I think that Caden Lindstrom is going to go here. That's what I say. Next pick, the Montreal Canadiens. You are stupid if you're not going to pick Davidoff in this pick. Because Davidoff is like easily the second best prospect in this draft. By far, the second best prospect in this draft. Because I don't, like I said about Chicago, I think they're going to go for Lev Shadov because I heard more rumors. I heard most likely they're going to go for a defenseman with their pick. So I feel like Lev Shadov will be their pick because I heard more interest between Lev Shadov. But for Shiliev, I can see why because they want a defenseman. I feel like it's going to be between Shiliev and Boya, but I put Shiliev here. But that's all I'm going to say this right now. Lindstrom, I put Lindstrom here because I feel like they're want to go for a power forward that can play Wade and center. They're going to want a top 6 impact, even though I can see a world where they go Sam Poak or Sam Dickinson. I can see a world for that. So that's why they're... So, if I'm Montreal, are you looking at an Ivan Davidoff? I heard rumors that they want to see William as well. I heard rumors. But I really hope they don't... So, I'm not going to put a defenseman here because I don't want them to go for a defenseman. I'm going to classify all these defenses out. I heard rumors they want to go for Kyle Eisman too, but I think that's too early to go for Cole Eisman. If Montreal somehow trades down from their first pick in the draft, like, with their... So, like, with... Because I know they have also the 26th pick. If they could somehow trade the 26th pick, I could see them going for... if they could go ahead and get that, that would be perfect for them. But I think they're going to go for... If you look at here, you don't have that many forwards left available. Because you have Costa Helidas. He's not a top 10 guy, I don't think. I think I can see him more on the top 10 to the 15 mark, for sure. 10 to the 15 mark range, I could see Helidas being. But if you're Montreal, I say... and I heard rumors that they want TJ Gindler as well. If I'm dumb in this situation, would you want to go for a TJ Gindler or would you want to go for an Ivan Davidoff? I heard rumors about these guys and then this guy and this guy. But I say you go for Davidoff here. You have to go for an Ivan Davidoff at this point of stage, this point of time. Even though you're going to wait a year because he has a year in his contract, he's going to come back to your team after next season. So, and we're not in a quick stage to contend fully yet. So, it's best to, I feel like we're going to go best. We're going to develop a prospect for whatever. We're going to play better though. We're going to be close to the wild card, but I don't think we're going to make the wild card. But even if that's the case, it's fine because Davidoff is going to come next season. I think 2025-26 is when we actually wanted to contend. We want to play better. We want to be the best team, like try to be the best team. I think this will be whenever wild card comes. And I feel like that this will be the time that we're going to start playing great. So, yeah, that's why. Now it's the Utah. Who's Utah's gonna pick? So this was Arizona Coyotes originally, but Arizona Coyotes are not a team anymore. They went on and swapped their name to Utah. They moved to Utah. So I think they're gonna go for a defenseman here, and I actually feel like they're gonna go for. But I feel like I'll be honest. I feel like they're gonna go for a Dickinson or a Z Boyum. I say Z Boyum. I say Z Boyum goes to the Leafs of Utah. I think this guy screams Utah, in my personal opinion. This guy has what it takes. This guy is an offensive defenseman that can play hard that could be a first pair guy on your team. I feel like you need defensemen like him. See, William, you guys need enough defensemen. I feel like you guys need defensemen in your prospect pool. You guys have him. You guys have a few other people. Like, you guys drafted last year. What did you guys draft last year? Let's see. You guys drafted Shibishev last year at DDB. But Shibishev is a good defenseman, but I feel like you guys are going to draft another defenseman this year. I really see it. I can really see it. But I can also see you guys actually go. I can actually see you guys going for like a Burke Cadden. I can really see you guys going for that. But at the same time, I feel like if you're Utah, you're going to need the needs of Boyup. And I feel like that's going to fit your team perfectly. Next up is Ottawa. I've heard rumors that I really feel like they should go for a defenseman here. But I also heard rumors Berkey Caddy could be a guy that Ottawa schemes Ottawa. Because I've heard that rumor. And I feel like that if you're Ottawa, you could go for another Teaser Ginla, a guy that could play physical with Brady Tkachuk. That could be a great top 6 with them. But at the same time, I feel like you need to go for a defenseman here. And it's between Zane Pelech and Sam Dickinson for me. I feel like Ottawa should go for. And I think they're gonna go for Sam Dickinson. I really see them go for Sam Dickinson. Sam Dickinson screams Ottawa in my personal opinion. I feel like Sam Dickinson has the skill set, the tools to be a first pair guy. He's a guy that I can really see fitting into this defense cube easily with Ottawa. They have Jacob Chychrun. They have Jake Sanderson. They have Thomas Chabot. They have these guys that I can really see them actually targeting. That see them actually fitting well because they won with London Knights this year, and I feel like Sam Dixon was a big part of that. That he had a successful year he had a point per game in OHL this year. I feel like he's gonna fit well either this season if he goes with Ottawa, or he's gonna probably want to spend another year in the OHL and then he'll come back next season and play even harder for Ottawa. It's gonna be one of the two, but I feel like he's gonna be a great pick for Ottawa, and I'm actually willing to put this bet that he's gonna be with Ottawa this season. So that's why I feel like Ottawa should go here. That's why I feel like you have that. Next pick, Seattle Kraken. This is where... So, Seattle Kraken, this is where it gets a bit weird here, because Seattle, I could really see them going for a forward, but at the same time, I feel like they need to go for a defenseman. They already filled up a lot of their forward prospects. I feel like they're going to go for a defenseman here. If you're Seattle, I actually feel like, to be honest, I feel like they're going to go for Zane Pelech. I can see this. I really feel like they're going to go for Zane Pelech. Stop screaming Zane Pelech to me, because Zane Pelech had a very good offensive season. He's a great offensive defenseman, but he needs to work on games like defense. I feel like he's going to go back for another year, definitely, because Zane Pelech is going to have to work on his defensive game, a bit more physical. He's going to need to build a bit more muscle, and I feel like he has the tools to be a very good offensive defenseman in the NHL. And I feel like he has the tools, he has the skill set to make it into the Seattle Kraken. I feel like he's going to be a great top 4 defenseman in the NHL. I feel like Zane Pelech is that guy that's just going to play hard, play skill set. He reminds me as a skill set offensive defenseman that's going to get like 20-some goals a season, 50 to 20 goals a season in the NHL. And he's going to be like a 50, 60 point guy. That's what schemes to be. If I see Zane Pelech, he seems like that type of guy that's just going to play well offensively and have the right skill set. So that's why I put Zane Pelech here. Next pick, Calgary Flames. I really feel like that Calgary is, if you're in this position and you have taken Ginla, if Joel Ginla is in the podium or that, I think he's gonna be the one that's going to announce the pick. I say I'm gonna be honest. You have to pick Tigges Ginla here. You have to pick Teats Ginla here because you have other picks. You have tools. You have the tool set to help Teats Ginla become a great player. And Teaser Gilla is the guy that is the son of Joel McGinley, former Calgary Flames Joel McGinley. He is the guy I feel like that has the power forward skills, has the skill set to play well. He's good. He could be a good offensive guy, defensive guy, physical. He could get into. He could has the nose for the net. And I feel like this guy is going to be a guy that will produce well. Will get you a very solid point making each season. I feel like he's going to be a great top 6 guy, second center. I feel like for sure. He can also play winger. I feel like if needed, and he's definitely a guy I feel like they're going to want to go for. A guy that's going to play solid, a guy that's going to play hard, and I feel like that if you're Calgary, you have to go for T.J. Gilla here. Because he's your son, because it's Joel Gillen's son, he's a power forward, and I feel like he fits Calgary's need, and with power forwardness and grittiness, and you need to get grit to replace Matthew Tkachuk's grittiness. He's the guy that I feel like can be a very solid replacement. And T.J. Gilla is definitely a guy that I feel like Calgary's going to want to go for, and that's all I'm going to say. Next pick, New Jersey. New Jersey's interesting to me. Because there's so Cole Eiserman on the board. There's so Bernie Cannon on the board. This is where it gets confused to me. A little bit. Can we go a bit more down? I don't think any of those are going to be out there. This is where it's hard. I feel like I'm highly convinced. I'm going to be honest. I'm highly convinced that Devils is going to trade this pick. I'm actually highly convinced that they're going to trade this pick. I'm going to be real. They were open to trading this pick. I feel like they're going to trade this pick. I really feel like they're going to trade this pick. I don't know who's going to get this pick, but I feel like they're definitely going to trade this pick. And if I'm New Jersey, I say if I'm New Jersey and if I don't trade this pick, you have to go for a guy like... I can see a scenario. I can definitely see a scenario that they go for a Cole Eiserman here. But I could also see a scenario where I could see I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they're gonna go for Bennett Sedekek. I really feel like they're gonna go for Bennett Sedekek. Hot take. Beckett Sedekek is going to New Jersey, in my personal opinion. He has the skill set. He has the playmaking tools to fit in to the lineup with the big guys. I feel like he has that skill set. I feel like he's gonna need 1 to 2 years back with them. He's gonna need to be developed a bit more. I think he needs to work a bit on his game. He's a guy that I could see definitely making like middle 6. Definitely a solid middle 6 player. Second or third line guy in the future. Definitely. Bennett Sedekek is definitely a guy that I could see fitting well. At best he pans out, I say he's a second liner. Because it would be awesome if he could be a first line guy in the future in any team. But I say his best is going to be a second line. But his worst position will be third liner. I think he's going to be a great player. He's going to be a great playmaking guy. He's going to be a guy that's going to go into the zone, passing it to the teammates, and getting it done. I think he has a skill set. He had a good season with the Oshawa Generals. A 90-point year or an 80-point year. I think he had a fantastic year with them. And he's one reason why I feel like that they're going to want to draft him. He's a guy that has the skill set, has the tools, and he's a guy that I could really see them drafting. Buffalo for me... No, wait a second. This is not Buffalo's pick anymore. I just realized it's going to be San Jose's pick because Buffalo traded the 11th overall to go down to the 14th overall, and San Jose has 11 picks, so this is going to be San Jose's pick now, and I will put on Buffalo's pick for the 14th overall. So, San Jose. I think they're going for a D here this time. And you don't have that many good Ds available after this point. But if you're dumb, and if you're the one that... And if you really want to focus on guys, I think the best defensive available after this... Carter Yamchuk. Carter Yamchuk adds so much D into your team. I think he has that potential to be with the St. Louis Sharks. He has the defense skill. I could see him being an offensive guy. He needs to work on his game. And I've heard he needs to work a bit on his game and stuff, like I said. And I think he has a skill set to be a very solid second pair guy in the NHL. Definitely. He has that skill set. He has the build. I think he just needs to one or two more years to work on his game as well, but most likely 2 years. I think he needs. It'll help San Jose's timeline. It'll help San Jose's skill, and I feel like he's the type of defenseman that will make an impact on an Anaheim, on a San Jose team. That's why I'm gonna put Carter Jakubchuk, number 11. So Philly now. Philly, I can see an interesting one. I can really see a first line of Yzerman on the left wing, right wing, Matvei Mishkov on the right, and now who's the first line center on the show? I really feel like they're gonna go for a center here or a left winger here, but somebody's screaming to me. I'm gonna do a hot take. I think they're gonna go for Costa Helenis. I really think they're gonna go for Costa Helenis. I really could see that because Philly has the skill set. Costa Helenis has the skill set to be an impactful player in the NHL. I seen him had a very good year with the Liga. He had a very, very good year. I love the skill set. I love the way he played. He's one of the top leaders I really liked. He's definitely a guy that I could really see making a very offensive impact in the NHL, and he can fit pretty well on the first line with a guy like Mishkov and a guy like Mishkov on his line. I can really see that working out pretty perfectly. I can also see a play for Cadden, Berkey Cadden, because Cadden can pass the puck a lot too. To a guy like that. But I feel like Costa Helenis has that potential. I really could see it. So that's why I'm going to put him there. Minnesota screams to me. I'm going to be really honest. Minnesota screams to me. I'm going to be honest. I think Minnesota's going to drop Cole Yzerman. Minnesota seems like a Cole Yzerman pick to me. To be really honest with you, like Minnesota has this. Cole Yzerman was projected at the start of the season, well, like before the start of the season, to be a second overall pick guy. He was projected to be a second overall pick guy, and he had a drop of a year in the scouts because other people were passing him based off other people having a good season, and he had a very good year. Like he basically had a very good year. It's just other teams I felt like ahead of him were scouted through the headline, and other players were not basically on his radar. Cause like you have players like Levshunov that Chicago wanted, but I think Cole Yzerman had a bit of a drop year that made it so like other scouts didn't want to pick him. But Cole Yzerman just kept dropping, and I feel like this is the right pick that you have to make a seal of the draft. I feel like Cole Yzerman has that skill set. He was supposed to be a second pick, overall pick at the start of the season, like I said, but he got dropped humongously. And I'm being honest. I just think that Cole Yzerman is going to be a seal of the draft, and he's going to help Minnesota's skill set to play with guys like Kaprizov, play with guys like Boldy. He's going to be around those guys, I feel like, and he could really make an impactful guy into the lineup of them. I think this is a really good pick for them. That's why I have them at level 13. Level 14, Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres is the 14th overall because they did trade, like I said, the trade. So, I feel like if you're Buffalo, if Berkey Catton is still there, I say you go for Berkey Catton, even though you might want to go for a defenseman here. But for you guys, you already got enough defenseman, I feel like. So you got to go for forward. I feel like center need is more for your team right now. And if you're them, I'd say you go for a Berkey Catton. To be really honest, I would not take him. Like there's no way Berkey Catton goes higher than pretty much lower than 50. Like after 50, there's no way that he goes like out of that position. Like there's no way. He has the skill set. Berkey Catton has the tools. He has the defensive skill set to be a great passer in the NHL. He has the tools. He has the offensive upside. He has the skill set. He had a very good year with Spoken Chiefs, over 100 points that year. He had a very good year, offensive year. And Berkey Catton is just a guy that I feel like they're going to do really good with them. And that is why I feel like he's going to go to Buffalo, because I feel like Buffalo's going to make another seal this draft and go for Berkey Catton. I feel like this guy has that potential. I really do. So that is why I'm going to put Berkey Catton, number 14. Number 50. Detroit likes this is an interesting one. We know Steve Eiserman loves to make surprise picks, hot take picks, or seal picks in general. Because last year they drafted this guy that was a seal. I forgot his name. Oh, Axel Sinipinica. They drafted Axel Sinipinica, and that was a seal of the draft because I thought Axel Sinipinica was going to go a bit higher. But it was pretty shocking. So, but this year, I feel like Detroit's really going to want a guy like that's offensive, a guy that's going to play well. I can see them go for the offensive guy. I can see them also go for Cian Silberg, a guy that I can see a name, familiar name. I feel like they're going to go off the board a bit. They love to also go off the board. But I feel like if you're dumb, I think it's Branson, Niger, Michael. I think there's no way you get this guy out of the 50 spot. And I feel like this is a good pick for Detroit if you could get a guy like Branson Nygaard. He is a guy, Michael Branson Nygaard. He's a guy that's going to play well. He's a guy that's going to get points for your team. He's definitely a good player, and I feel like he has an upside. He's underrated in my opinion. He has a skill set. He has the right tools to be a great player, and that's why I'm going to put him number 12. Next pick is... This is where it gets hard, because I don't know a lot of these players after. To be really honest with you, I don't know a lot of these guys' players after, but I know some of these names. Some of these names are familiar. It's now St. Louis's turn. St. Louis. I feel like this draft, last draft, they drafted a forward. I'm pretty sure. So let's see. Yeah, they drafted forwards last draft. Yeah, number 10, number Sundberg, and they drafted that. So, but I say this draft, I feel like they're going to go for a little bit of a hot take here. I think they're going to go for Adam Jarashek with this pick. I really could see them go for Adam Jarashek. They need a guy, they need a defenseman, a guy that's going to play defensive. I think they need to fill up their defensive holes. They need to fill up the tool set. I feel like Adam Jarashek is a guy that is going to fill the holes. He's going to fill up the fade. Even though he was injured most of the season, I feel like he has potential. He has a very potential skill set, and I really enjoy the pick that they would do, so that's why I'm going to put him at about 16. Washington is an interesting one. I feel like they're going to draft... I can see them... I say they're going to draft Trevor Connolly. Trevor Connolly is a guy that screams Washington to me. He's a left winger. He plays for Tri-City Sorbs. He's a player that had a very good year with Tri-City Sorb. He's going to the NCAA, I think, next season. And he's an offensive guy, and I feel like he's going to help Washington hugely if they draft him. Chicago. I say they're going to go for a forward here. But I think they're going to go for Evo Hammond. Evo Hammond had a very good year as well with the TPS U20s. He had a very good year, and he's one of those type of players I really love. He's a guy that is going to get points. He's a guy that's going to play well, and I feel like I really love this pick for Chicago. So this is what I'm going to put. I'm going to give it to them, and that they're going to pick Emil Hammond. But Vegas, I think Vegas is going to. This is interesting because this is an interesting one now. Because this is where it gets to the point that it's very hard for me to pick. I think they're gonna go for a bit off the board here. This is a bit hard. But this pick, I think they're gonna go for this is hard. Vegas needs, what do they need? I don't know this team. I don't know this team much, but I think I'm just gonna say a random one. I think they're gonna go for. Someone's screaming to me Lucas Pettersson. I think Lucas Pettersson is gonna be a very good Vegas player. He had a very good year in Moto Hockey. He's a guy that you can look at the speed set here. You look at the skill set. He's a guy that he's 5'11". He had a very good year with the Sweden team here. Modo Jr. He had a very good year. He's a very good offensively guy. He's 5'11". He needs to go a bit more pounds. He needs to go a bit more weight, height. And I feel like this guy's going to be a very good two-way forward, a guy that could score, but a guy could also play defense, but to get assists. I really love this guy a lot, and I feel like he's going to be a very good pick for Vegas. Next pick is the New Jersey Devils. Not New Jersey Devils, New York Islanders. And I feel like they're going to go for a kind of a weirdy pick here. I think they're going to go for a defenseman. But I'm gonna say they're gonna go for Steven Solberg. I really feel like they're gonna go for Steven Solberg. He's a defenseman that I really loved. One of those defensemen that has the skill set, has the second pair or third pair of tools. I feel he's gonna be a third pair or second pair guy in the future, and he has that skill set. I feel, my personal opinion. That's why I'm gonna put him here. So that's why I'm gonna do that. LA Canes. LA, I could really see them going for a forward here. And I think they're gonna go a bit off the board. And I can really see it with Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is a centerman, played for Chicago Seal. He had a very good season with the Chicago Seal. One of those underrated guys. I feel like that's gonna be underdog. That's gonna be a Seal because I feel like he has that top 6 upside potential to be a very good top 6er. I feel like Michael Hayes is definitely one of those guys I looked at this year. And he's been one of those skill set guys, and I really love this pick for. Oh wait, if they do that, that's why I'm gonna put Michael Hayes here. Nashville, I feel like they're gonna go for. I really could see them going for a Russian-y guy, like a Nikita Artyomov, or a guy like an Igor Chernyshov. Nashville seems like those guys that will go for like a Russian or something like that, or they seem like a guy that's gonna go for a Sweden guy. But somebody tells me that they're going to go for... Someone screams to me that they're going to go for... I think they're going to go for Nikita Artyomov because I think this guy is a guy that can help them. He's a left winger. We can look at his stats real quick. You look here. He's a forward. But he's more of a defensive guy. He plays defensively. He's a guy that you're going to want to have on your team. Very good defensively. I feel like this guy has that potential to be a very great third-line guy on a team like Nashville. I feel like he has that potential skill set. And that's why I'm going to do that. Toronto. If I'm Toronto, I feel like that you should go for a defenseman here. But there's not that many good defensemen available here. But I feel like Leafs would want to go for a guy like... I say Leafs are going to draft Liam Greentree. Liam Greentree is a guy that can get skill set points. He's a very good offensive guy. Great white winger. And I feel like Toronto is going to be good for him. He's a guy that will get that. He apparently had a bit of a rude attitude, apparently. That's what I heard from sources. But other than that, I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to be front of the net, play dirty. He's a guy that I feel like the Leafs are going to want to have on their team. A guy that could play face of the net, get points, play offense, and I feel like this guy is going to be a weapon for the Leafs. And he screams Leafs for me. 24th overall, Colorado Avalanche. I really feel like they're going to go for a Jet Lushenko here. Jet Lushenko does scream Colorado to me. I feel like Jet Lushenko has the skill set, has the right tools to be a very good forward in the NHL. He was one of the guys that I really loved. He's a very good offensive guy. I'm just going to show you guys. Very good offensive guy. He played good for the Golf Swords. Very good offensive. He's a big guy. He's kind of a big... He's not small, but he's not big either, but he's a middle-sized guy. He's a guy that can play well in certain areas, offense. He's been one of those guys that I could see being a very good middle sixer. He's definitely one of those guys that I will be looking at in the future because I feel like Lushenko has that potential skill set to be a good player in the NHL. And I really feel like he could be a great second pair guy. Okay, so that's why I feel like he would be a good pick for Colorado. I love that guy. Boston. I feel like Boston needs to go for a D here because they have all these forwards in their prospect. They don't have a good prospect. They need a bunch of everything. I don't know this guy much, but I'm just gonna say they're gonna go for EJ Eboué. EJ Eboué, I feel like it's a very good pick. I haven't heard of him much, but I'm gonna look here. EJ Eboli is a guy that I feel like would be a very good Boston guy. He's I didn't hear him much, but I feel like I did hear some good things about him. That he could play. He could play better defensive. He's a defensive defenseman. I feel like this guy has the skill set to be a very good third pair guy in the NHL. He has the skill set, and I feel like his upside will be second pair, but his low side will be his third pair. I feel like he has the third pair skill set to be a decent guy, like a 50 to 20 point a season guy. If not his highest, I think he'll be a 30. But he had a very good season with the University of Dakota. That's why I feel like it'd be a good pick if you draft him there. We have 7 more picks to go, but we're gonna do Montreal. I'm losing out of the air a little bit, but if you're Montreal, you have Taylor Howie still available here, but you also have Maxim Massey. Maxim Massey still available here, and he also has a very good skill set to be a very good forward in your team. But you already have a lightweight in this draft, so I feel like the Habs are gonna want to go for a D here, or they're gonna go for another forward. I think they're gonna go for 2 forwards this round. If I'm dumb, I say, as much as I loved Cole Hudson, I don't think they drafted Cole Hudson. It's a bit higher here. I think they're gonna go for a left winger. I feel like they're gonna. I really loved. I like this guy, Andrew Basha. I feel like Andrew Basha is going to be a very good player for Montreal at 26. I love the pick a lot for Montreal. Andrew Basha has the offensive skill set. He could be a guy that Montreal could look for. A guy that is going to play a very solid role, I feel like, in Montreal. If you go to Montreal, I think he has the middle six skill set to be a very good player. I think he has that skill set to be a very good, effective player in the team. Andrew Basha showed to me that I've seen clips of him, and he's really good. And that's why I feel like he would be a good pick for Montreal at that pick. Next, you have Carolina. This is where it gets a bit hard. I don't really know fully what Carolina wants. Because maybe defenseman, I feel like, but I feel like they're going to want to go for a defenseman. I can really see a world where they go for Aaron Kavaraki. I don't think they're going to Heavy Harju. I don't think they're going to go for him. I'd say Richie Water. Richie Water just skills that Carolina skill set. I think he has that offensive tool to go in the nets and like get points. I've heard of Wider Richie. Wider Richie is overly a good player. I've heard of Wider Richie. He could be a very solid third-line guy in the NHL. He reminds me a lot of the guy that Leafs drafted last year, Easton Cowan. He reminds me a lot of Easton Cowan or Cal Ritchie. A guy that could play in the net. He plays for the Prince Albert Raiders. A guy that can get points. A guy who can thrive at many levels. I feel like he has the physical skill set to be a good player. And I feel like if you're Carolina, I feel like you need to draft those guys on your team to be a cup contender. And I feel like this guy's going to have a few years back in the Prince Albert Raiders. I don't think he's going to be a guy that will thrive. Like that I think he'll be actually, I think he will thrive. But I think he's going to have the skill set to be a good player, and that's why I put him there. Calgary, I say you go for a defense with this pick. You have to go for Aaron Harji here. That's a steal, definitely. He was projected to be like a top 50 to a top 20 pick. And if you get him at 28, you are in a steal package. You are in a great pick. And I really love this pick a lot. And I feel like if you're dumb, you need to do a deal like this. And that's why you need to do, not a deal, like you need to do a pick like this because Aaron Harji has that potential to be a second pair guy, in my personal opinion, because Aaron Harji is a guy that I could see being a very good defenseman. Definitely in the NHL. He has the skill set, he has the tools, and he had a very good year with the HIFK of Liga. He has that skill set, and I feel like he has that potential inside of him, and I feel it could be a very good pick if you go for it, because it will be a steal, because your team needs a guy like Aaron Harji, a guy that can play hard, a guy who has that defensive skill set, in my personal opinion, and I really love this pick a lot. Dallas. Dallas. I think they're gonna go for a forward here. And I feel like they're gonna go for. This is a bit hard here. I feel like you need to go if you're gonna want to go for a seal here. And go for a bullet. I don't know because I don't even know what Dallas wants. I think they're gonna want a I think they're gonna want a forward. Forward or a defenseman. But if I'm dumb, I think you have to go for Maxim Massey. Maxim Massey is a guy for Dallas. I feel like he will be a fantastic player into the organization. He'll be a sealed, one of the seals of the draft, in my personal opinion, as well. And he has that skill set to play higher. He has the skill set to be a great forward in the NHL. Maxim Massey is a guy that I really love, and he's one of those seals. I feel like he's going to be a very good seal in the draft. And he's a guy that's going to play many levels. And I feel like that's going to be a good pick for them. Rangers. Rangers, to me, screams a defenseman. I feel like they're going to go for... I think they're going to go for a defenseman here. If you're down. And I feel like I can really... I'm going to say this right now. I think they're going to go... I think they're going to go for Cole Hudson. In 30th overall. He's a guy that has that second pair potential, first pair potential guy. I feel like he's a guy that's going to fit well second pair with the Rangers. I feel like he has the potential to play with the Rangers. Cole Hudson going to Boston University definitely next year, and he has that inside potential. He has very good offense potential. He just needs to work a bit on his physical and his defensive range, and I feel like he has a good chance to make NHL. I think he's going to do the same thing as Lane Hudson. Spent 2 years there. I think he's a guy that's going to play hard and be a very good defenseman in NHL, and I feel like Rangers are going to like that. So that is why I'm going to put him here. Next pick. We have Anaheim Ducks. I think they're going to go for a forward here this time. This time I feel like they're going to go for a forward. And I feel like that if you're dumb, you're going to need to go for a forward that you know you got potential here. You know you're going to get a good forward here. And if I'm dumb, I think they're gonna go for Taylor Howie. Taylor Howie has the potential skill set. I see he played for the other year. He's a guy that I can really see make some flies. He had a very fantastic year when he played with Bedard that year. And that year, 85 points. He had a very good year this year. He had a bit of a drop rates this year, but I think he has that potential skill set. I think he's gonna go to Anaheim. I think he has a skill set to fill in roles. I think he's gonna be a middle six guy, mostly a second line guy, and he has his skill set to be that guy. Very awesome, very good offensive guy. And I feel like he needs to work a bit on his defense. But other than that, I feel like it's gonna be a very good pick for him, and that's why I put him here. Last pick of the first round, we have Philly. Philly, I feel like there's gonna be some interest here, but I say. Let's see. I feel like Philly would pick this guy. So, Philly, I feel like they're... Philly... For Philly, I feel like they're going to... Philly's going to draft... I put in my personal opinion. I think they're going to draft Sasha Boisford. I feel like Sasha Boisford has that potential to become a very good offensive guy in the NHL. Definitely a top 6 guy or a third line guy. I feel like he has that potential to be a skill set. He's 6'2", 170 pounds, big guy. He can play well in certain areas. Great offensive guy. And I feel like, I'm going to be honest, I feel like he's going to be a good pick for Philly. He has a Philly skill set. And I feel like he screams Philly to me. And that name sounds like a Philly name. So that's why I'm going to put him here. So that's it for the first round. So the first pick we have. So I'm going to go for the first to the 32. First of all, the Stars and Sharks are going to select back Sarah Weedy. The second pick is going to be Artem Lashidov. Anaheim Ducks is going to be Anton Silayev. Columbus is going to be Kay Lindstrom. Montreal is going to be Ivan Deminoff. Utah is going to be Steve Boyev. Ottawa is going to be Sam Dickinson. Seattle is going to be Sade Perek. Let's go into Calgary for 9th overall. 10th overall is going to be surprise pick Beckett instead of Kick. I could really see Devils picking that. And Sharks will get Carter Yakimchuk. Philly is going to get Consta Hellenius. Minnesota's going to get Cole Eiserman, 13th overall. 14th overall is going to get 14th overall. Buffalo's going to get back Bergie Katz and another seal, I feel like. Detroit's going to pick an underrated pick in number 15. Michael Blanchard, Nygaard. I'm pretty confident that St. Louis is going to pick Adam Jiricek here. Ottawa, no, Washington, Trevor Connolly. Chicago, Emil Hammond. Vegas is 19th overall is going to be Lucas Pedersen. 20th overall for the New York Islanders is going to be Cian Solberg. Michael Hayes, 21st overall for LA. 22nd overall, Nashville is going to pick Nikita Artymonov. Liam Greensheet for Leafs, 23rd overall. Jet Lushenko, 24th overall for Colorado. EJ Emily, 25th overall for Boston. 26th overall, Montreal's going to pick Andrew Basha. 27th overall, Ryder Ritchie's going to Carolina. I think this is an underrated pick and a seal of the draft. One of the seals of the draft. It's going to be Aaron Kiviharju to Calgary. 29th overall, Max Basse is going to Dallas. Cole Hudson, 30th overall. Wages, I can see that pick being a good pick for them. I can see this being a really good pick. Tanner Howie, 31st overall to Anaheim, and 32nd overall, they're going to pick. Billy's going to pick Sasha Boysford. I really hope you guys enjoyed the mock draft video of Habs my 2024 NHL mock draft. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit the notifications. We will see you guys in the next live stream. We'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good rest of your guys' night. And there'll be probably more videos tomorrow. Maybe if there's trades or moves. And I'm probably going to do a review on all the trades that happened the last week or so. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.